exhibition here at the Toronto Sportsman Show. What do we got new for Shimano in 2011?
Well, we got lots of new stuff, and we've got stuff right down from combos here, which you can see behind us here, for the entry-level type guy. That there's all kinds of stuff, but something that's really of interest that we've got this year. One of our biggest selling reels is a Curado, and we now have it in a 50 size reel, which is a much smaller reel. You can see the way there's bigger size ones here, right up to a 300 size, which are meant for bigger fish.
Yep.
But a lot of guys, there's a real trend toward a lot of smaller tackle, and that's what we're using here. We've got a 50 here, and this is pretty well our biggest selling reel that we have. Wonderful product, easy to use, has all the features that we have in there, right up to the 7 bearings and things. But it's not really important how many bearings you have in a reel.
Yep.
It's the quality of the bearings, and Shimano, that's where it comes from. Is the quality of the product, the stuff that they use, or that like the materials that they use.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that. Okay, so that's the big one, and that's the 50, right?
Yep.
Do they make that in a right and a left?
Yeah, right and left-handed.
Me being a lefty.
Yep. No. That's a good question. They come out there. They're out there all the time. Something that's been really big for us. I'm just gonna just walk you right over here.
Sure.
Good talking to you. This is pretty well the lightest rod that Shimano has ever brought out there. You can feel the weight of that.
Nice.
Now, isn't that crazy?
That is.
That's a CI4 and a Cumulus rod. It's a
Cumulus rod.
It's our top end product that we make, and you can see how light this is. The way you can hold this with 2 fingers like this. Now it's a top end, right? You're probably looking at better than $600 for something like this. But I mean, this is for a person that's a purist, person, or a lot of this stuff gets sold for retirement gifts and things, or it gets sold to guys. People buy stuff now. They'll spend money. Like fishing is not the same way it used to be, where it was, what's the cheapest reel I can buy? They want to know what the most expensive one is, because the industry has responded. They've brought product out there, and that's why they'll purchase stuff like this. Like the amount of this that has gone out the door here is incredible. Wow.
What makes this rod so light?
It's the construction. It's the construction into it. The IM content on it, and of course that reel. I'll take the reel off. That reel is so light, so small,
it is.
and yet it has all the power. That's the whole thing. And something with that Shimano has done is not just that they've made things stronger. They've made them stronger and lighter, but they've also made them more powerful. So you don't have to worry. Just because it's light doesn't mean it's not powerful anymore.
Yeah.
You used to have something that was really heavy before for it to be powerful. Not anymore. Like when you feel the weight of that,
it's like nothing.
It's like almost non-existent. That's why they call it Cumulus, I guess, like the cloud.
Cumulus.
It's incredible. But
is that where the name came from?
I would assume so.
Oh, there we go.
I would assume so. It's not spelled the same, I don't think. But
it's funny you mentioned the reel. I bought one myself at the fishing show. Yeah.
I trust you're happy with it?
Absolutely. Awesome. It's still sitting in my living room.
Is it? Yeah.
I bought a Kolkata.
Yes.
I also bought one of those, and pretty happy. Can't wait for fishing season to start. That being bass season, of course.
Yep, that's something that Shimano too is something that they do when we introduce new features.
Yeah.
We introduce them in the top end reels, and then worked it backwards into the lower end on the price range. It's one of the things that they do, because when they come up with new features that they introduce, they're usually really pertinent to what they're doing. It's not just straight for sales. It's something that makes you a better fisherman, makes the reel run better. Like I explained to you about the bearings at the beginning, you can have all the ball bearings you want in a reel. A lot of people think that ball bearings are there to make a reel feel smooth, but it's not just to make the reel feel smooth. It's to prevent wear. And if your bearings are not perfectly spherical, they'll actually have a little bit of movement on them when they roll.
Okay.
So they'll actually cause more wear than they will.
So bearings outperform bushings.
Yes.
There we go.
Now, a technical guy might not like that. A perfectly spherical bearing. We used to like in the bicycles, they make things called ABEC bearings, and they're spherically certified. Like they come with certificates in the bearings that these things are perfectly round.
Wow.
Yep.
Right on. How about some other? This is the top of the line rod. How about next couple down kind of thing? Crucials or?
Yeah, we've got crucials. We've got my glasses on here so I can see what's going on here. We've got the compres, which I think are probably one of the most overlooked. Oh, that's a Claris. Sorry. Oh, gotta get around the other side.
Compres. Yeah, I think they're right over here.
Now the Comprays are another line of rod. They're a little less expensive, obviously, but once again, great rods. It suits a purpose for an angler who just doesn't have the pocketbook. Now this one here is a TC4 combination too. You'll notice, which is something that adds fiberglass with the graphite.
Okay.
It adds a lot more flexibility. See how flexible that rod is?
Yeah.
And that's what you want if you're going to use a lure that's a horizontal presentation, like not a jig, like a spinnerbait, a crankbait.
Yeah.
You want a rod that has lots of flex like that, a whole bunch of flex. And without the TC4, you won't get that, but you still get the strength, but you get the flexibility, and it just makes the lures fish better. And it's something that we add in, not in all of them, but if you see the designation for the TC4 here, you know it's in there. And we have TC4 Crucials and TC4 Comprays, so it's really, and of course they come in spinning and casting models too.
Yeah, I did not know that.
Yep.
And on the Crucial side, I think this is the one I just...
Yeah, we've Crucials. We haven't changed Crucials much.
Right there.
Pretty well.
That'd be the one.
Yeah.
That'd be exactly the one.
Crucials have been the same.
Drop-shotting rod.
When you get something perfect, you don't really want to change it. You don't really want to do anything with it. It's a great selling rod for us. The people are happy with them, and they're excellent products that year after year continue to sell and make a lot of anglers really happy out there. But as I mentioned in the beginning, the combos here.
Yeah.
These are. We've got these combos here. We've got all different series of them through different sizes. They come all matched like this.
Oh yeah, okay.
With the rods on them, they're all color coordinated. So if you like your rod and reel to be color coordinated, you can you can have it this way, which is really nice, and you can feel how smooth that is.
Just like the mic there for a second?
Just like an $80 combo.
Oh, there we go. Nice little thing for my son, actually, and my wife.
Yeah. And you don't have to worry about them breaking a rod. Well, I should say you don't have to worry about it breaking. It can happen, but these rods are built tough. Yep. Yeah. Built tough, no doubt about it.
Very nice. Okay, and how about on the spinning reel side?
On the spinning reel, we talked about the CI4s. Some of the bigger sellers, continue to be, Sonoras, which are, it's a mid-range product once again. But CI4s are one of the big. I think they're around the other side here. The Stratic, as we talked about there a little bit before, this is a bigger size, a 3000, which is a new one that we brought out. It's on the same body, so the reel isn't that much bigger than a 2500. The really nice thing about it, so it's basically built on the same body, but has a bigger spool, which is really nice. Really handy. It has the oversized handle on it too. Yeah.
Do you prefer Do you prefer a 3000 or a 2500?
A lot of guys.
You being the expert that you are.
No, it depends on what you're doing. I think the way things have changed today, there's so much stuff out there, and people treat it. They treat their tackle as different tools, just the way a carpenter has all those different tools that he uses, or a mechanic, fixing your car, and there's different tools. A lot of guys like to have the bigger spool in the line if they're fishing deep for smallies or something, drop shot and that type of stuff. Yeah. So they like to have the bigger spool. I've got all of them. I use them all for different things, and it's just
lucky you.
Well, no, yeah, it's it's one of those things. So it's part of what you do. It's your job. It's what you do. No,
absolutely.
Sure. But we have a lot of stuff in here. Our Stratics continue to sell well. Scimitars are a year-in, year-out big seller for us. But we got some nice changes coming on the horizon, some nice new stuff coming too. So,
my last question being: is Shimano making that Stella still?
Oh, they still make a Stella. In fact, that's one of the changes we're going to have next year.
Oh, really? Well, we look forward to it. Well, Big Jim,
hey,
it's a pleasure. Honestly, a pleasure to meet you, and thanks a lot.
Hope that helps you.
Oh, absolutely.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Okay, guys.
No.